Hi.
We're back. Hello.
And we back.
Um, yeah, so we are back with Kakariko Classic. We have the final round one matchup between Baker and Seceon, the 3 and the 6 seed of this tournament. It looks like both racers are at the file select screen, ready to get going here. So yeah, I'm here with Zyphris. Very happy to be commentating alongside him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here with Thunder.
All right. Yeah.
Now we've
Sounds
had
good
a
to me.
long couple days with these commentaries, so you know,
Definitely.
it's always fun getting to hang out with the Ocarina of Time fellas and talk about the great game that we all love. So before we start today, let's all give good luck to all the runners. Let's hope for some good races, and we can count down in just a second. Let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready to.
All right. I'm going to count down from 3, and on go, you can start. All right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, have fun.
Yeah.
Good luck. Thanks.
Thanks.
And we're off.
All right. We are indeed off. And as you can see, my profile picture and Thunder's profile picture may have changed 5 times during that, so I hope you guys enjoyed the difference in our profile pictures.
No one noticed.
I'm only joking. Well, today is already been an interesting day for this tournament. We've seen a massive upset. I don't know if I would say massive, but we definitely seen an upset that I guess at least myself and the other organizers. I'm not an organizer, but I'm a commentator. But people who have been working on this did not expect. So we could possibly see something here. Seceon fresh off of a 2019. I think it's a new PB for this category for them, right?
I believe so. And yeah, you're definitely right. Quite an upset earlier on in the day. The 7 seed Chromie taking down the 2 seed Darker, and we were a little bit surprised, honestly, about Darker's performance early in this tournament, playing really strong and earning that 2 seed. Ahead of Baker, so it was a little bit of a shock to see him go down in the first round of the tournament. Someone who was played very, very consistently, maybe didn't have quite the experience that Torj or Baker have with this kind of run, but it really does show that anything can happen in this tournament in any given best of 3 matchup.
Absolutely. I mean, when you think about names in this category, people that come to mind, at least for Defeat Ganon and SRM, I think of like Laws, I think of you, Thunder, I think of Torj, of course, Baker, I think of many people, Weather up there, shout outs to Weather, Lake, I think of a bunch of people that are insanely talented at this category, and then you have new people coming in all the time, and a few of the people that are in this tournament currently, I haven't heard of them until recently, and seeing them like come out and really just like shine out, like play out of their mind. I mean, really, hearing about Darker and watching them perform, I mean, it really just goes to show you that regardless of strategy, as long as you play consistently and play well to your strengths, you can take a seed and you can really pull out something that not a lot of people might expect. So I mean, especially in a tournament setting, it is really awesome to see something like that happen.
Yeah, consistency is definitely something that is earned with practice, and I think that's something that it's something sort of that Seceon is up against here, and it's something that sort of what I'm getting at is these runners like Baker and Torj it's a really difficult matchup because not only are they known for having very, very good PBs and different versions of Defeat Ganon, and obviously Torj having the world record and Baker actually having the world record for a period of time with Ganon floor. They're so fast, but they're also consistent, and so that's what makes them so difficult. Is that you might think right away if you're facing them, oh well, if they're going so fast, maybe they'll make more mistakes. Maybe if they're doing riskier strats, they'll make more mistakes. That's not how it works when you play against them, because they're just so talented, and the consistency shows through their skill, and it's a tough matchup. I think Seceon's really up against something here. I think that Baker being the 3 seed in the tournament doesn't even necessarily reflect how good he is. I think that Baker was hoping for a 1 seed, even with Torj in this tournament. He's at that caliber, and I think that it's just been a very, very exciting tournament in terms of what we've seen, the strats that we've seen sent from various runners. It's been really crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, I think what really shines about some of these players, especially when you consider like Baker and Torj, is just their mindset about like the game and speedrunning in general. They don't care if something is hard, because like the concept of something being hard doesn't really matter. It's like, does this save frames? And that's the kind of mindset that they have. I mean, talking with both of them about this game, you can really see like how they go about approaching strategy. And I mean, Mido skip like is pretty difficult. I've been trying to learn it myself here recently and having a bunch of troubles with it. And these guys just make it look easy. I mean, it's not even fair. Like I mentioned over the past couple days about how some runners just make the tricks look easy, but after actually plugging in my Wii and trying it myself, these guys are incredible. Like it is actually difficult, and I've put a lot of time into this game and practice into other categories, and this just goes to show you that like with a lot of time and effort and just overall general practice, like you can become really, really good. And I mean, we're seeing some great showcases of that over the course of this tournament, so that's always really fun. And seeing some difference in strategy amongst players just in general, going for more consistent stuff. I mean, Darker has probably like shown some of the most consistency out of runners that are doing a bit like more dated strats when it comes to this route specifically, and it like really solid average of time. So I honestly was super surprised, and I'm having a blast commentating this and watching these people. I mean, so far Baker with this run that we're seeing already having a relatively solid run. I mean, not getting the backflip here, but overall, I mean, this is a pretty decent pace to be back into the Kokiri Forest. I don't know about you, but this is looking like a pretty solid start from both runners, in fact. But Baker definitely doing pretty solid for his first match.
Yeah, Baker setting up for that Mido skip. This is where it gets interesting, right? Because Seceon has sword, Baker does not. So the rest of this run, in terms of swordless versus sword, probably caters towards sword. So we'll see if Baker's skill can sort of overcome the difficult tricks that swordless provides as he goes for Mido skip right here.
Looks like Baker just needs...
Oh, no.
Ooh, that might have been one extra frame. I can't tell. Yeah, ooh, and Baker getting stuck. That's really unfortunate. I hope Baker saved.
Are you watching the stream in Discord, by the way, or are you watching the stream? Because I don't know if you saw that at the same time I saw that.
I believe I was watching the stream. Whoopsie. All right, we got a more live feed now.
There you go. But yeah, so like I said, right? I mean, Mido skip is exactly what I'm talking about, because Seceon can just talk to Mido and go straight through. Does not have to worry about Mido anymore. So Baker having to deal with Mido and clip past Mido with a really difficult trick could give Seceon an advantage here.
I mean, we're already seeing that advantage right before our very eyes. Look at that pixel, by the way. That big old bright firefly. Yeah, I mean, Seceon already entering the Deku Tree, Baker having to do Mido skip. I think the only way that Baker can really clutch out the rest of this, if Seceon continues to play at the pace that they're playing, is if Baker manages to nail Deku Tree really solid and possibly nail Instaclip. I don't think they're that far behind. Like, I don't think Baker's too far behind to the point where it's completely lost, but I think right now it's definitely looking like really good, solid gameplay from Seceon. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, Seceon definitely in the lead here, and a pretty strong lead. But, with Baker being Baker and with everything that can happen in the second part of this run, it's not even necessarily fair to say that Seceon has an advantage right now, because there's still so much to do. There's multiple B1 skips potentially. There is
Ooh.
Goma Clip as Seceon, triggering the text there, falling off the vines with the Waltola, getting them there. And I'm going to guess, yeah, Seceon does not have ISG, and they're going to go for the B1 from the top. So Baker will have a little bit of time save compared to Seceon using the ISG B1 strat.
That is true. This is looking a little bit more close for Baker now.
Oh, well done by Seceon, though, with the B1. Really well done.
Absolutely. Getting the backup nuts.
This is actually a really good race.
Yeah, so far so good from both runners. I mean, Baker having a little bit of struggle with Mito skip and failing
Baker
the B1
missing
skip
B1. Not ideal as Seceon finishes up Scrubs.
Baker also missing the B1 jump. That is unfortunate. Managing to get it now. Gonna have a little bit of an awkward setup for fast scrubs compared to what Baker's used to, but knowing Baker, I believe he'll be able to clutch this out just as normal.
Yeah,
Very, very
Baker,
nicely done.
probably one of the best at dealing with 2-3-1 in any kind of situation.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show that Baker is old when it comes to this category.
Definitely a lot of experience.
You love to see
let's
it, though.
see. Seceon is going to go for Goma Clip here. Kind of an interesting way to set up Goma's position. And that's going to be 1 frame too early. Just going to have to pause, buffer 1 more frame. That looks good. Oh.
Yeah, Goma looks a little far to the right here, but looks like this might work. No.
That's not good. So they do have Sword. They could back up with double KO. I'm not sure if they're going to take damage here, though, or if they're just going to kill Goma. I'm not sure what their plan is here. Double KO would probably be the best way to back this up, as Baker may take the lead here with a clean Goma Clip.
Yeah, this definitely is a massive turnaround for Baker. Getting the Goma Clip and doing it really well. I mean, it's just... Yeah, I mean, Baker is now back in the lead with a pretty significant amount of time.
Going for Goma Clip once again. I don't know if Goma is going to be in a good position here. I guess we'll see. And it works.
At least this time, all Seceon has to do is one side hop, so...
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so a little bit of a hiccup there with Goma for Seceon. Other than that, a very, very clean showing from him. So Baker now to attempt wrong warp as he very wisely saves at the door. This is going to be a deep frame for Baker.
And we're looking good, so this will be Ganondorf for Baker.
Going through the middle.
That's you know, that goes back to my point earlier. It doesn't matter that it's risky. It doesn't matter at all to Baker. It just matters that it's fast. And that's what's so impressive about these runners. Why play safe when you can play well?
Alright, well, Seceon is right behind Baker here. Oh, not quite, as Seceon fails the wrong warp. It looked pretty good, but as we've talked about in this tournament, it's really hard to diagnose wrong warp in real time. So that's really unfortunate for Seceon, and probably going to mark the end of his race.
Unless Seceon saved, I don't know if it's possible. Oh, forgot to save.
That's too bad.
That is extremely unfortunate. I mean, Baker still has to finish out his run for it to count, but it doesn't really matter if Baker makes any mistakes now because there is a DNF to qualify against, so...
Honestly, Baker can continue his run if he wants, but Seceon is pretty much conceded here, I think. So I think Baker should probably finish out the run just for the sake of sportsmanship, but
Baker's gonna have to drink some bugs. Any bug drinkers in chat?
any bug drinkers. What if Baker crashes? Then I guess you should probably reset right now. I mean, in the playoffs, whoever finishes the run first wins. So, if Baker crashes, you can both reset and keep going. There is no time limit. There's really no way to DQ unless you cheat, unless you're breaking the rules.
And there we go. Baker getting Void Warp. You know, yesterday I saw Baker do some attempts offline, or they may have been streaming, but I saw Baker get lost in the void there. Luckily this time that didn't occur, but it would have been a miracle for Seceon if that was the case. Zelda being a little bit rude with pushing here, but
Yeah, a little bit rude.
gets the kiss. The run is actually super alive now.
What kind of time were we looking at here for Baker?
Like a 19, probably. Like a, maybe even a 19 flat.
I think there is still something there for Baker to show. You know, I think you know he's done a good job getting the 3 seed in this tournament and taking this you know, about to take this first match. I just feel like there's a race in him that is going to be remarkable in this tournament, and I'm not sure if he's gotten that yet, but I just feel like, you know, we've seen the 360 Instaclip from Torj. Baker is capable of, you know, stuff like that as well. So I wonder if potentially we'll see something like that if Baker makes it to the finals and potentially faces Torj and is pushed to his limit. I'm not sure. But first he needs to win this match and finish this round 1.
You know, I'm normally not that good with guessing times, but so far I feel like I've actually hit the nail on the head with the guess. Yeah, I think I've hit the nail on the head. If Baker gets like a round of 19 flat, then, you know, I'm the true winner here, surely. I'll take Baker's victory for this one.
I'll give you $5 if it's 19 on the dot.
All right. We get a burrito. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Baker's gonna mess up Ganon. It's very clean. It's good movement. It's similar to how you see it's really how you see the best defeat Ganon players approach Ganon. It's a very little movement, staying very in the center of Ganon. Not triggering any spinning, not being knocked outside of the legs of Ganon.
First try ISG as well.
Yeah, it's really clean. I don't think it's gonna be 19.
I think it's like a 40. I think it's like 45 or something, like 47.
Yeah. I get to keep my money today.
Yeah. Now the question is, do I owe you $5? Yo, Baker, hey, do me a favor. AFK for like 10 seconds, bro.
Is Baker gonna wait? Baker better not wait. If Baker waits, he's DQ'd. He's DQ'd. No.
Well, there we go. I mean, hey, you know, congratulations to Baker taking the first race. We love to see that. I hate to see that because that's $5 in a burrito that I'm out. So.
All right. I guess we can get the racers back in here and let Seceon know that the run has concluded. All right. GG's, guys, and good luck on game 2.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Baker, you lost me a burrito. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
And I am ready.
I'm ready too.
All right. Again, counting down from 3 and on go.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, have fun.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Dan, are you gonna? I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, oh, it kind of does matter because of the icons, moving them back to racers.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are good to go for this second match of this final best of 3 in the first round of the 2024 Kakariko Classic. So Seceon going to get sword, Baker going to get stick. So Baker is going to take an initial lead here in terms of escaping the forest, because it is quicker to just get that stick. But Seceon is making a conscious choice to get the sword here. The swordless route for the rule set of this tournament provides a lot of challenges. And you know, going with sword and shield is definitely a safer bet, and is a little bit slower than the swordless option, but is less prone to potential big mistakes that could lose a lot of time.
You know, there's a lot of minor things that you have to do in this route, in this category, that you don't really think of. Like, it just like I've mentioned this a million times already, but like watching people do it, making it look easy versus actually trying it yourself is a whole different story. I mean, like even like how Baker dodges the Octorok while falling or like while swimming down the river here. I mean, that is not something that is just like you just swim past him. Like you actually have to swim a little wide to manipulate the Octorok spawn so that it targets you in a very specific spot, and then you just swim past that spot. So every little bit of this run is calculated. I mean, that's kind of what's awesome about speedrunning. I mean, some people might say, like, you know, here and there runners make mistakes. Yeah, everybody makes mistakes. But a lot of the stuff that people do is calculated. I mean, in competitive gaming, regardless of what it is, I mean, it really just, like, you sometimes overlook slight optimizations in you know, you try to use them as like a, hey, that was like a really fortunate thing that occurred, but I mean, a lot of the time, like, yes, there's some fortunate occurrences, but it's just how you use those things and adapt to them, and also being able to tell the difference between like actual like five-head manipulation versus just like pure luck. And I mean, you know, where the Cucko spawn in this route can be a little bit of luck, but it's also about how you adapt to that and how you optimize your movement to really make, you know, a split segment like this very fast. And I mean, this, you know, like I've said already, but I've talked about Cuckos a lot over the course of this tournament, but I mean, Cuckos is really an awkward segment because there's nothing really like this in the game anywhere else. Like, it's a really interesting segment. I don't know. I love it and I hate it personally. Like, I love watching it, but I also hate playing it. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what most people could relate to, because this is an awesome segment to watch when people are going like really fast and have an optimal route going and all those cuckos clumped up in one spot. But man, playing it yourself is a whole other story.
Absolutely. So we have Baker getting these last 3 cuckos, and Seceon about to sort of start that process. Again,
Oh,
getting
wow.
that sword and shield. What? Was it Baker?
There was a cucko that was right behind Anju, like right behind her, and Baker managed to grab it without even targeting it. So I mean, that is so awkward, but that's awesome to see that he just grabbed it without, you know, without talking to Anju at all. Dude, Law's tutorials actually kind of sounds hilarious. You know how Laws talks, like, yeah, so like, you just like grab this cucko.
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess you can just throw it here.
Dude, I had the privilege of doing a mindless streamer with Lazoots, and if you just watch the first like 10 seconds of that video on YouTube, it's so funny. Cause he goes, "Hey man, what you been up to?" And I don't say anything, like I sort of like am spaced out. He goes, "Hey man, what you been up to?" And it takes like 10 seconds, and I'm like, "Who, me?" And he's like, "No, the fucking other," or oh my god. I'm so sorry. He's like, "No, the other person." All right, well, I guess I'm done organizing tournaments, you know.
Yeah. You gotta watch the profanity, Mr. Thunder.
Yeah, I'm fired. We lost the Discord stream for a second. Was that just me? Was that a joke?
That was you.
That was a joke. That was funny. All right.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
lost the
well.
Discord stream because you were fired.
That's true, Cisco. It's not my fault. Rolling right on along here. Baker entering the Deku Tree. Seceon exiting the shop. I can already see the message I'm gonna get from Xwell. But yeah, Baker gonna go for the B1, the ISG B1. What is? I have to see what this is now.
I think I know what it is.
I can't not. Oh yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Well, we now have added things to the list that we can't say, including anything that sounds like Owen Wilson. I'm not reading that. Super fired now. Seceon grabbing the first nut. You know, I'm curious why Seceon goes all the way up to the top still. Because Seceon, so far, it seems like they're using some relatively good strats. I wonder if they just haven't learned it yet, or just a comfort thing. I think it's probably just a comfort thing. You know, playing to your strengths, like I was talking to earlier, is a really good asset to have. Ooh,
That's really close for Seceon.
a little scary. You know, we have a face cam from Seceon, but what if we got like a picture of Baker from one of Baker's streams years ago when Baker unloaded the Deku scrub? That would be kind of funny. Like his face reaction. He's like, "What?"
There's a lot of things we can do. I mean, we had Kirby Cam when I was running
Kirby
a
cam.
couple
Yeah, let's
tournaments
go.
ago. Yeah. All right, Baker has successfully done Goma Clip and is now moving on to the wrong warp. Seceon a little bit behind Baker here. Just talking to the final scrub now and going on to do Goma.
Baker doing the safety pause. Or save, I mean. I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess, you know, something to talk about since, we're just about to see Seceon doing Goma Clip. I will bring it up after, but we've got some interesting stuff to note about the localizations of these games. I mean, one thing to note as well, just in terms of, neat and unique things about this game, is that you actually do save, 0.4 seconds if you play in the Japanese localization of the console. So if your console is in Japanese, and whenever you save on VC, it says you must use the classic controller, or you will need to use the classic controller. If that text shows up in the FNF% that we're all used to, that is actually slower than the actual Japanese characters that pop up for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why it is, but for some reason it's actually faster if you play with the Japanese localization. And it looks like Seceon getting a good Goma Clip this time around. We love to see that.
Session's played very, very well in both of these matches. Just with that issue with wrong warp in the beginning, didn't really give him a chance at all in that race. So,
Ooh, the
we'll see if
8% chance for
Seceon-
Insta. Oh, we could see maybe
He got
Baker
stuck
has
in
to do some
the
angle changing.
railing. Is this 8%? He didn't target Zelda?
he didn't target Zelda. Yeah, so he has a slight chance here to make it happen. Not even gonna chance.
He's gonna do it straight in a void warp. He's gonna do a void. Oh, he tried it.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice try from Baker. Honestly, that's a little awkward and respectable to not go for the 8% chance, because there is a chance that he just falls into the falls in voids and not void warp. But getting a very quick cleanup on that on that void warp. I'm sorry. Let's see. I don't know if Seceon is doing void warp now in the tournament, but it'd be interesting to see what Seceon does here. Yeah, cool cape pattern on that one, by the way. I wasn't the one to bring it up initially. I heard that Pripsy brought it up, but the cape that Ganon has in this cutscene is actually random. So it's always cool to look at the pattern of it and see what the difference is each run. Yeah, good job from Baker so far. Really, let's hope for some good
wait.
RNG as well.
It's Baker.
What?
It's Baker. Look.
Oh, there it is. This is Baker 8 years ago. Wow. He would have been my age then, dude. What? Or like roughly my age. What the heck?
Are people gonna think that that's live? That Baker is just staring,
Yeah,
not moving
probably.
at all, while playing? Like, all right. Well, Seceon going for Void Warp here. This match isn't quite over. Baker is a good Goma player, so or not Goma, sorry, Ganon, a good player, Ganon. So it's a little bit not looking great for Seceon. Needs to hold ESS left here, but I don't
Too
think
far in the
gonna
rock, I
work
think.
anyway.
Yeah. Ooh, a good backup, but might still be too far into this rock as well. No, it's looking like it's
Yeah.
gonna be fine.
No, it's too
Oh,
far.
too far. Yeah, taking damage there too. Gonna have to drink bugs. Hopefully, Seceon learned how to drink bugs. Didn't learn how to drink bugs. Unfortunately, gonna have to walk down the tower.
Too bad for Seceon. Sort of the only chance there. Although, I mean, if Baker somehow runs into issues at Ganon, Seceon going down the tower here may not be a terrible choice. It's kind of the only thing that can happen here.
Yeah, I guess something worth mentioning because I mentioned it before, but it looks like we have a little bit of a new crowd today. Something that is interesting about the way that this game is written in Japanese is that the way that Zelda refers to herself in the context of writing like me or my watashi in Japanese is actually different depending on her age. So as a child, she writes it in the hiragana alphabet, and as adult, she writes it as kanji, which is a very nice attention to detail from the developers. I mean, I think that's really cool. I don't know. I don't know how many people care about Japanese in the chat, but I always found that really interesting whenever I found that out. You can tell in the Zelda's Letter cutscene that she writes it differently in the beginning of the game and at the end of the game. So really, really cool to see how they like matured the character over the course of time. And Baker finishing out Ganon, I mean, really, yeah, small details like that are really, really cool.
Baker about to put the final slash on Ganon here. With a 16-26. That's the second best run of this tournament, I believe.
Yeah, I think Torch had a 16-20.
I believe it was a 19. I think it was a
16-19, yeah, that's right. 19-19? Okay,
No.
Dan doesn't know how to type.
Alright, well, Baker will take this match. And Baker will face Chromie in the semifinals. And that will conclude the round one of this bracket stage of the tournament.
Very true. Did we, I guess, yeah, we did that earlier today against Starker. So how did this end up turning out?
Darker won the first match and Chromie won the last two.
So
Darker
yeah,
had a lot of issues
what happened
with
last
Wrong
night
Warp.
though?
Last night was Torj and Kadrin, right?
Yeah, and then
Or Habel and Zero?
Habel and Zero. How did that turn out between Habel and Zero?
Yeah, Zero played very consistently. Habel had a lot of issues with Wrong Warp. Habel like switched from the console or the emulator she was playing on to N64 and had like sort of some issues with like how it displayed on her CRT, and that may have factored into the way she played. So it was interesting. But Zero played really well to advance.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've seen runners. Oh yeah, Zero's PC crashed in the first race, and they dropped the first race because of that, and then they won the next two. So that was impressive.
Sorry.
No, you're
It
good.
seems like somebody is calling the Baker will win this tournament already. Baker definitely having some of the best times, but not the best times so far. And I mean, I know that Torj and Baker are very good friends, and they have quite a rivalry going on. So I think we gotta wait and see until we see that turn out. I mean, anything can happen within the next couple rounds, but yeah, I think we just gotta wait and see. Both runners are incredible when it comes to this game. So I wouldn't call anything yet.
The real question is, who's going to win the organizer race?
The organizer race? What between? Oh no! Seceon getting slashed in the
no.
backflip. You hate to see it.
It looks like that is going to be it.
So, are you saying in an organizer race? Are you saying that the people like us, you, me,
I'm gonna race Dan on Saturday.
you're gonna race Dan?
Just one race.
Just one race, dude. Why don't we get like everybody that commentated to do it? That'd be kind of fun.
We can't do that.
Oh, come on,
like
dude.
The whole day.
Yeah, no, we do it all at once.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nah. All right, we got Baker and Seceon in here. Congratulations to both of you on playing very well. Let me talk to Seceon first. Honestly, two very consistent races, just running into some trouble at the end there, especially at the end of that second race. Such a tough opponent to go against. What was sort of the mindset, going into this race, and can you, walk away from this race knowing that you did play very well and it was a very tough opponent?
Yeah, what I was thinking, like after the ground warp, while the Ganondorf dying cutscene was happening, I was thinking like this could actually PV with this route like a better time than my PV with the TCS route, TSC route, sorry. So yeah, I was thinking like this is a really good run. Like even if I don't win, it could be like a really good run. Then I had like some bad lag / bad gameplay with the Void Warp, but I'm really happy for both runs, like without the obvious mistakes like failing ground warp and here dying. Also my controller was like not dying, but the cap in the stick was like I don't know how to say it. It was like breaking, so I had some trouble doing ESS right, and I think that might be the reason why I failed the Void Warp. But either way, I'm happy with the races. I knew that it was hard to win against Baker, but I tried my best, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean certainly we've seen a lot of like perseverance and people really playing up to their potential in this tournament, and it was awesome to see that from you. So Baker, a couple of really strong performances. That second race being very, very close to that fastest run of the tournament. How are you feeling now moving on to the semis?
Yeah, I just focused on, not making the same mistakes that I made in the group stage, so it seems like it worked out pretty well. Looking forward to my next race.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's great to hear.
Cypress, did you have something you want to say?
Yeah, I don't know how good of an idea this is, but I think, Baker, somebody in chat was saying that you will win this tournament. How do you feel your likelihood of winning this tournament is? It's most likely that, actually, it might already be determined, but I'm pretty sure you're going to have to face off Torj in at some point in this race. How do you feel that you're going to fare against, good friend Torj?
I put my thoughts in chat, winning until I face Torj, Monka W.
Well, I mean, I think you have a good likelihood of this. Now, this might be, you're my friend bias, but I think you got a good likelihood of winning this. You and Torj kind of go back and forth when it comes to this category. At least recently with with this route. So it'll be interesting to see. I think I'm really excited to see you guys play. So
also shout out to Retro.
Yeah, shout out to Retro.
All right. Well, we plan on having the semifinals tomorrow. We're not sure about the times for that yet, but of course we'll let the runners know ASAP, and we'll let everyone else know as soon as we know. So, yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone so much. We're in the final stages of this tournament now, and it's been a blast so far.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you guys around when we are scheduled for tomorrow. The times will be in the Discord, I believe anyway. But I mean, just keep notifications on. Tune back in tomorrow. I believe anyway, right? We're doing tomorrow?
Yeah, they'll be tomorrow.
Yeah, so tune back in tomorrow. You guys will see some great races going on once again.